it seems like almost everyone is looking for a diet, like a quick fix, something to make them feel better, and like the easiest way to lose weight. And I guess people think that's the gluten-free diet now.
It seems that recently you can't go anywhere without seeing gluten-free on TV, in magazines, and on signs in the grocery store. The gluten-free diet is medically recommended to people diagnosed with celiac disease. Amy Dickman, a senior at Indiana University's dietetics program, helps us understand exactly what it is.
Basically, celiac disease is a disease that affects the gastrointestinal tract, and it affects the way a protein that's found in wheat, barley, and rye is absorbed into your body. And basically this protein called gluten can't be absorbed. And it causes like a whole lot of terrible symptoms. And so the only known treatment for celiac disease is a gluten-free diet. There's no pills, there's no medicine.
Shelby Everett, a freshman at IU with celiac disease, knows firsthand that there's no easy fix. She describes her diagnosis.
I had been really sick for a few years, and we kept going to the doctor and we couldn't figure it out. And my mom had a friend at her office whose daughter had recently been diagnosed. And so I went for my physical for soccer, and we said that we wanted to do the blood test for it. And they count up a certain amount of antibodies that you have when they do the blood test. And someone without celiac disease should be somewhere between like 8 and 10, and my number was like 88 or something like that. So, and then we did a definitive biopsy in December of that year.
So why has the diet become so trendy all of a sudden?
But I think it's becoming more popular a lot because of celebrities, and because when you're on a gluten-free diet, a lot of processed foods will have like a modified food starch, which could contain gluten in it. So people who have celiac disease aren't able to eat a lot of that processed food. Eating out at restaurants is like a lot more difficult. And so when you cut out that processed foods, the restaurant eating, the fast foods, I mean, that's a lot of calories and a lot of sugar that's gonna leave your diet, and like you're gonna lose weight. And when you're on a gluten-free diet, one way to get a lot more fiber in your diet is to eat a lot of fruit. And so you're eating a lot of fruit that's very low calorie. I mean, it's healthy. Like it's the gluten-free diet is focused more on fresh foods, cooking yourself, like things that like we all should be doing regardless of whether we need the gluten-free diet. And I think that's how people are losing weight on it. It's just because they're eating well, not necessarily the gluten is like the magic trick to weight loss.
Rachel Nareau, the registered dietitian for residential programs and services, clarifies a common misconception.
There's no scientifically proven reason to eliminate gluten for weight reduction. There's a lot of other healthy ways because a person could be, you know, just reducing a ton of nutrients that way. So,
weight loss aside, finding gluten-free options can be extremely difficult when you can't cook or grocery shop for yourself. Shelby describes how RPS does at providing gluten-free options at Indiana University.
I feel like I eat better when I'm here in Bloomington than I do when I go home, and I feel like it's a lot easier to eat things that are gluten-free, and I'm also a vegetarian, so I think it's easier just because of the like the more vegetarian and vegan-based products that we have here in Bloomington, and then also there are just a lot of like dorm areas that have salad bars, which are really easy and quick, and it's not just like lettuce and ranch dressing. Like they have a lot of beans, and they'll have like alfalfa sprouts and things like that, so you don't have to eat the same thing every day. So I feel like at IU we have a really, really great selection, and it's a lot easier than most places.
Rachel gives a final recommendation to those still considering going gluten-free.
I would say, you know, going to the grocery store and just buying everything that's gluten-free isn't going to really be to your advantage unless, you know, you really have a good grasp on nutrition and know, like, you know, I need color, I need, you know, that's the bottom line. You need nutrients from a variety of foods, from colorful fruits and vegetables, healthy fats, like, bottom line, I would recommend people to like just learn about the basics of, you know, the new research out there about the Mediterranean diet, or how olive oil and avocados and healthy fats like nuts and like almonds and walnuts, those things are extremely healthy.
So when it comes to dieting, try a more whole balanced approach before jumping on the gluten-free bandwagon.